I am addicted to this one
Wings
YouTuber.
believed in
I think his name is Brian Cox. The guy, he's British. Yeah, okay, yeah. Physicist, I think. Anyway, he's convinced me that we might be alone in the universe. He's talked about alien life. And by the way, when I say life, I mean intelligent, complex life, not viruses and amoebas and stuff.
Yeah, somebody you talk to.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. So he says the universe is 12 billion years old. Apparently, we know this. All right. Earth is about 4 billion years old. So a third of the universe's entire span of existence. And Earth has had basically a stable environment for 4 billion years. That's how long it took for the amoebas and specks and whatever to evolve into humans, about 4 billion years. And he's like, it is very possible that 4 billion years of stable, like life providing planets is rare. When we look around, other planets have more comets, and the suns get bigger and smaller, and the climates change in dramatic ways. And Earth has been pretty much stable for a third of the universe's existence. That doesn't happen much. That's why we're not talking to other people.
Could be true.
I'm only as good as my source, but I bought into it, and he's very convincing. He says it better than me.
I think that in that case, I think I've seen that video. He was addressing the answer that what they call the Fermi paradox. About how theoretically, if the universe is infinite, that means there's infinite planets with infinite stages of life, and some of them out there should be able to manipulate what we call space-time. Surely, so I think it would have been. I would have imagined that was theorizing. I remember that, but I love Brian Cox, man. That dude is completely awesome. He explains things in a really great way. He's become a big favorite of mine over Neil deGrasse lately for the way that he breaks things down. I do remember that clip, and he said, and he also pointed out that in 4 billion years of a constant chain of life on Earth, we don't have the technology to leave our solar system yet, despite having 4 entire billion years of a chain. Now, that being said, we had a mass extinction event that happened, and life kind of started over. Yeah, true. We've got a lot.
I think when you say, so everything he said, I'm sure makes sense and is true. The only thing that I would say is, like, I think the Earth had a bunch of, I think for like 1.5 billion years, it was like on fire, like molten.
At the beginning.
It was a while before the surface wasn't just a big molten pool of rock. And then it's because at some point something hit us and became the moon. Something big hit us and we coalesced, and then a blob came off and became the moon. We know it did. They can. It's fun. There's questions. They're like, well, how do they know? How do they know how big it was? Well, because if it had been any bigger, it would have hit our core and stolen that iron away. But there's no iron. The moon doesn't have an iron core, so they know it didn't penetrate what we would think of as like the proto-Earth, the first Earth before it got hit. So to go all the way to the core.
Is the moon the thing that hit us, or is the moon a piece of Earth, or a little of both? Are there elements? I'm asking. I don't know how to ask my stupid question, but are there things on the moon that you don't get from Earth because they came from a meteorite?
I would assume so.
I don't know anything about that, but I've seen a simulation, like a computer simulation of like what they think it would have looked like, and you just got like a smaller ball hitting a bigger ball, but then they just become this weird flowy mass of like molten glass, and then a blob sort of like flicks off and slowly falls into an orbit. It was really.
Would the Earth still be like so nice and round after that collision?
Gravity does that.
Rounder, the whole thing like moltenified and then went back into a sphere again.
Yeah, well, there's plate tectonics as well, right? So
of course, plate tectonics.
It's all always eating itself and replenishing, right? Well, I mean, how plate tectonics work. That's not. Don't act like that's above anybody's head.
I didn't think about how that.
Yeah,
would
I think Josh knows though. Like with gravity, like if you take something in zero gravity, like a drop of water in zero gravity, it's going to form a sphere as it just floats there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A video I saw about it also demonstrated something similar to what Kyle was talking about, and it was like they slow-moed a drop of water, and they showed that when the drop hits, it sinks deep down into it, but then there's that splashback, if you will, and they said that basically the same thing would have happened with a planet, and that's why you see spikes in the middle of craters on the moon and stuff like that, and probably something similar on. Oh, okay, here we go. Is that the one you were talking about, Kyle?
What? Yeah. Well, I mean, more or less.
Yeah. Now it's gonna get its own gravity.
Maybe because of like the quality that it looks.
Yeah.
So did a lot of these form into like that belt of what is it called? The Kuiper Belt? Is that like the
Kuiper Belt is
belt that's
super
around
far
us,
away.
or super
Yeah,
far
I
away?
don't think
Kuiper
so.
Belt is the one that's super duper far away. I don't know how. Way
Do we not
further
have
than-
many asteroids? We don't have
There's a
many
big
hanging
belt.
out around us.
So don't think belt or like a congested thing of them like in Star Trek. But between Mars and Jupiter, there is a sphere of asteroids, not a ring of asteroids that's going around the solar plane with us. But it's a loosely packed. You could when you see them navigating asteroid fields and you see they're everywhere. That's just crazy silliness.
It doesn't take an exceptionally good Starfleet pilot to navigate the asteroid fields in real life.
Miles and miles apart. Like you wouldn't see one from the other probably.
If you were moving at like relative speeds,
you need a telescope and like some knowledge to figure out.
Well, they're at impulse speed, so that's not that fast.
I think I don't know how fast impulse speed is.
That kind of sucks. We only get one moon.
They do though. There's a handbook that lays all that stuff out.
I think even Mars has multiple moons, and we're a one moon bullshit.
We're
planet.
a 3-moon planet.
Oh shit!
We have 3 now.
We have 3.
Impulse speed is 167 million miles per hour.
You seem confident about it. Okay, what are the other moons' names? There's the moon.
Well, you don't even know the first moon's name.
The moon.
Luna.
Luna.
You know what the sun's name is?
Eddie.
Also Luna.
No.
Sol.
Sol. S-O-L, right?
It's the solar system.
We have 3 moons. There's no fucking way. This is like one of those barren.
Why are you Googling not betting then?
Because I don't.
Wait, are you saying Earth has 3 moons?
3.
No less than 3.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom while you look up the 3 moons.
No less than 3. Josh, you seem to know about this. How do we miss the other 2?
Google
now that
says one.
He's got his headset off. So I'm just going to say I'm buying into the troll. I don't know anything about any extra moons unless there's like a technical definition of like a large satellite. Maybe he's referring to, I'm just throwing this out there, James Webb Space Telescope and Hubble.
Oh, shit.
Maybe he's like loophole definition. You know, a satellite is a moon rather than a moon being a satellite.
After more than half a century of speculation, it has been confirmed that Earth has 2 dust moons orbiting it, which are 9 times wider than our planet. What? That's not a moon like I know of.
Wait,
that
what?
is bullshit. That is a technicality. That's not a moon.
Is it orbiting Earth or is it orbiting the sun? What's it orbiting around?
Let me look more carefully. I thought it was Earth.
Well, I mean, I guess everything's revolving around the sun in the solar system, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, it says Earth has 2 dust moons orbiting it. So the direct object is Earth.
Where would those have come from? Why didn't they
dust
coalesce into a real moon? Because these are not. That is bullshit. These do not count. 100%, they do not count as moons. Are we going to say Jupiter has fucking 10,000 moons because I got a bunch of dust around there? We have to have a line, folks.
Saturn has infinity moons because it's a ring. Damn it.
Yeah, exactly. You can't count every speck of that as a moon. A moon has to be something you could land on. Like if you can't land on it, then like we're just doing fucking nonsense here.
Could we possibly argue you should at least be able to see the moon you're referring to from the surface of the planet that you're talking about?
I think that's fair too. Like otherwise, it's like that's so far away. Is that even ours? Like
that's the moons. Really that's the sun's. That doesn't belong to us. We're not claiming that.
Okay, well let's not say that we looked this up, and then I'll take Kyle's bet. And
yeah.
I'll
take your bet. There's 1 moon. By the way, rule set: dust moons don't count.
Dust moons do not count.
We discussed amongst ourselves the rules of the moon.
There's no way that like astronomers even are set on this moon definition of dust moons.
We've got
that's
grounds to make
insane.
an argument.
Just a big cluster of dust and nonsense gets to count as a moon. That's stupid. The same
is
way
it not
Pluto
like the
should be a
atmosphere?
planet.
Is the atmosphere a gas moon? It's going around Earth. I mean,
yeah.
We have a gaseous moon too. It completely envelops us. Who knew, man? Wow, it's called the atmosphere.
Yeah, we got 5 moons. Just for fucking the words don't mean anything anymore. Just throw moons around.
I want there to be like a bitter war between astronomers and people who follow astrology, like like vax and anti-vax people, and just totally fucking go with your gut.
They should. You should. I mean, this is definitely a gut thing. There's no fucking way you can't just count a cloud as a moon. We all have an understanding of what moons are. The Kordaluski cloud or whatever. I already closed that window, but that's what it said it was. And it was way further away than our moon. And it was just a pith, like a little cum stain in the blackness of space.
Isn't everything just a little cum stain in the blackness of space?
Yes, that is what's his face, that guy that Wings likes a lot, would say. We are all
Carl
just
Sagan.
cum stains in the blackness of space.
You don't like Carl
We
Sagan?
are, yeah. Well, I don't know anything about him. Yeah, Carl Sagan. I remembered what he sounded like, kind of, but I
just
don't
really
remember
liked,
anything about him.
What was that special? It's
Cosmos.
Cosmos. Thank you.
Hey,
'Cause I loved when they remade Cosmos with Neil deGrasse Tyson. I love that so much. If you want to learn some sciencey space stuff, get real high and enjoy yourself, there's animated parts of that where he goes back to some Italian inventor who was trying to finance a thing. It's good. It's educational.
Amazing.
I mean, it works for all kids ages 8 and up. It's great.
I decided I'll take your bet, $10 million.
There are definitely 3 moons.
Not according to I don't know. I haven't Googled it just now, so, so I couldn't possibly know that. I'm going.
He didn't Google it. That's why you upped the ante to 10 million.
Yeah,
Yes. Gigantic dust moons don't count for the purposes of this bet.
Ask
Yeah.
us.
But we definitely didn't
He says,
Google it while you were gone.
because they are not.
And by the way, don't go back and watch it.
Yeah, don't go back and
That would be cheating.
There's definitely 2 more moons. I'm sure of it. I saw that who was gonna. I think Prada is designing the NASA's new spacesuit. I'm almost positive that's accurate. You want to bet me on that one?
Can they just go back to the moon? Can they just go back to the fucking moon instead of getting stylish with it?
I totally believe you.
I mean, they need some new drip to go to the moon, man.
They design shit, you know?
They need a moon
earlier
outfit.
in 2025.
Who would you? I mean, I'm hearing Prada, and I'm like, it sucks. Don't they make ridiculous? I want Tommy Hilfiger to make it. Aren't they the people that did the Nazi uniforms?
No,
Well, it's not
Hugo
1995,
Boss.
so-
Hugo Boss. I'm sorry, I take it back. That's who I want. Hugo
Sorry,
Boss
Tommy
to
Hilfiger.
design the spacesuit.
I'd be okay with a Carhartt
look
spacesuit. You know, if I'm going to space, I want Carhartt involved. I want.
Yeah, tell me you're Southern without telling me you're Southern.
I
Wait,
want
are
a
these the new
spacesuit
ones?
that's there for the long haul. It might not be stylish, but it's going to keep me
Mhm.
alive on the moon.
So Prada is designing these. That's not even cool.
Why are we
Why do
surrendering
you
right
need
away,
Prada?
Prada?
That's a French astronaut.
Fucking losers.
They got like
Let them
like,
know it's for the
hockey
American
pants.
space program, not the French.
Yeah, the white flag.
Yeah,
I
I
saw
mean,
Joaquin-
like we've been
I
had
actually
if
hate
these are our
that.
new
I don't like the
astronaut
stripes.
uniforms.
It needs some you know what? If I were to design a spacesuit, it would have stripes that give the astronauts a nice V shape.
Yeah, take
Yeah.
for that waist.
Mhm.
Take
They look
for
like-
that
they
way.
look-
man.
They look like sloppy idiots up there.
These
And we
guys
need-
look
I want
like
shoulder
Brock
pads.
Lesnar
I want
without
them to be
muscles.
I want them to like have some.
That looks
Okay.
more. That looks more
This-
like what I was expecting.
That's definitely
All right.
better. Oh wait, this is China.
This
Yeah.
looks like what the villains wear for sure. I don't like this a bit. Like that looks like the bad guy on a
There's
video
the green
game on the
guys.
right. Yeah, he's got too many eyes.
Too many eyes.
Yeah,
It's a big. It's just glass.
I see. I don't know. I see 3 like little light things. I'm thinking they're eyes.
Well, that would be embarrassing if we paid Prada to design our moon uniforms, and China, who is probably just beating people until they design something they like, and they have better ones than us.
And they look sick, and we look like
And
nerds.
they look cool, and we look like stupid nerds. That's
What,
exactly
like
right,
nerds on
Josh.
the moon.
Yeah, we don't want to be nerds. Already, every astronaut is a fucking nerd. So
Exactly.
we need to make sure that they look cool up there, so they inspire.
We need to go
respect.
back. No more scientists. Let's bring on the test pilots.
Yeah, let's teach oil
Send it.
drillers to go to
That's
the
a
moon.
genius idea.
That's a good idea. Lumberjacks, like a cooler class of people. You just send like 1 or 2 of those guys up with the astronauts. They handle the boring math, and then you have like a compelling story of a normal guy traipsing about.
There's no way
the-
they do
the
math up
cosmos.
there. There's no way they do math up there. There's just no fucking way.
You don't think so?
And if they had some math to do, I mean, I call a guy who can do math, right?
All the guys on Earth with the calculators.
like, why do we need the math guy in the space capsule? Is all I'm saying. Like, we
I
can
guess
keep-
you're right.
I have fun as me as an astronaut. Where like, this is the worst astronaut we've ever had. Whenever there's a problem, he just defines it as incalculable and moves on.
Yeah. Well, he covered every wall of the International Space Station in incomprehensibly dumb math. Like,
Traveler's
just
log.
a lot of
Day
multiplication
40.
signs. Like it's like just like what a child would do. It's like 9 times 11 divided by 4 plus 6. It's just the basics. It's just the basic
Long
that
plus
anyone
minus
could
divide.
do with order of operations. That's what it would be.